Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Revenge Justice, nichts. Revenge Justice oder eine ruhige oder eine Mütze voll Schlaf. Grob übersetzt jetzt natürlich. Jetzt haben wir Revenge genommen. Justice hätte ich jetzt gesagt, kann man nehmen. Und dann im Let's Play später mal was anderes. Ich weiß nicht, wie die Auswirkungen später eventuell sein könnten. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Wobei ich das mit der Kutsche gerade eben schon interessant fand, mir das schon gezeigt hat, so, hey, Spiel merkt sich Sachen auf jeden Fall. Also es könnte interessant werden. Justice?
Justice?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
Ja.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling. But they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Oh, und wir dürfen uns bewegen. Ja, sehr schön. Gyroskop.
That's a fun little apparatus Adelaide got you. Very soothing.
Watching it spin long enough puts me right to sleep.
I'd say that's really more the soporifics doing.
Weiß jemand von euch, was ein Gyroskop ist? Ich müsste das mal nachgoogeln. Ich glaube, das mache ich nachher mal. Ich sollte mal das mal. Ich will mal das mal aufschreiben. Also mal ein Painting von seiner Frau vielleicht?
I always liked that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother. Even if the...
Oh, sorry, ich wollte... Sekunde. Ich wollte jetzt nicht abbrechen, nochmal.
I always liked that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother. Even if the eyes do always follow you around the room.
Ich wollte kurz das Mikrofon muten, verdammt. Oh, was haben wir hier? Oh, ein Stuhl, ein Sessel in dem Fall.
I'm certain a permanent indentation in the shape of your rear is starting to form on that thing.
Aha. Wardrobe, Garderobe oder Kleiderschrank.
Wouldn't you say it's time for a change of clothes, Miles? You've been wearing that coat for who knows how long.
So? Addie gave it to me. Besides, it gives me character.
Right. Brooding detective in a long black coat. That's never been seen before.
What are you talking about, Bill?
Never mind.
Nicht wichtig. Ja, Flowers.
Pretty, but I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell anymore.
Okay, Geruchssinn mehr, Poster.
Adelaide's last performance. She could really bring the house down.
Bad.
Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private time.
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
I thought you appreciated some romantic music.
Also er guckt nicht so, wenn sie ihre gemeinsame Zeit haben. Es ist ja private Zeit. Okay. Nightstand. Nachttisch.
Miles, care to explain what you're doing?
Just checking to make sure everything that needs to be in here still is.
Right. If you start taking that stuff during the day, you're really going to have problems.
Hab ich kein verstanden. Breezer Flowers?
Adelaide's mother certainly enjoyed pressing flowers. Do you suppose she does more of it now that she's retired?
Die Informationen sind total useless, aber ich klicke immer gerne alles an, um mal zu schauen, ob was gesagt wird. Vielleicht bringt es ja doch später was, ich weiß es nicht.
Cozy little winter getaway. That would be a welcome change from the winters in this city.
Ja, gut, damals 1844, da gab es noch richtige Winter. Da war es auch noch nicht so wie bei uns jetzt, also da war es halt einmal, ging es richtig ab, da hat es halt mal noch minus 15, 20 Grad gehabt, naja. Dressing Table, Schminktisch, hätte ich mal gesagt, könnte das sein. Glitzert da was? Ne, ist nur diese Staubpartikel hier rumfliegen, ist aber auch schön gemacht.
It's admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you.
Schön, wie organisiert diese Frau ist. Vielleicht können wir das so eigentlich sagen, so würde ich sagen. Ja, klar, weißt, der Typ ist tot, macht den immer noch fertig. Das ist super, toller Kollege.
That poster brings back some memories. That's from around the time you two met, isn't it?
Yes, back when Addie was singing at the Angel.
Gut, dann gehen wir jetzt hier raus, weil ich glaube nochmal sein Glück, da oben ist noch ein Hut. Bill's Hat.
You should have let me be buried wearing my hat. At least it wouldn't be gathering dust like it is now.
If I'd done that, it would be dust right now.
Fair point.
Ja, den Hut haben wir noch. Doorway.
Well, look who's awake. Ready to rejoin the living?
Very much so.
You were talking in your sleep again.
Did I say anything interesting?
Do you ever?
You have to admit, she's got you there.
How are you feeling?
A touch groggy. I think I took a bit too much of the soporific last night.
That's what I thought. When you went for your after-lunch nap, you'd barely gotten breakfast down. I saved you some bread and cheese if you're hungry.
Thank you, but I haven't got much of an appetite.
You really should regulate your doses more carefully, love. I'm sure dull senses and an empty stomach aren't much help to your work. By the way, a message arrived via courier for you this morning. I put it on the table along with today's newspaper.
Thank you, dear.
Dankeschön. Was haben wir hier denn alles?
How are your parents doing
Bild.
these days? It's been ages since you wrote them.
Miles
I
Jr.
can see why Adelaide calls that plant Miles Jr. It's a spitting image.
Eine
Didn't I
Uhr.
give you two that clock as a wedding present? Too bad it stopped working.
Ja, scheiße, gut gegangen. Das ist allerdings richtig. Porträt.
Remember how much time Adelaide had to spend convincing you to sit for this? At least these days, with ferrotype tech advancing the way it is, these portraits can be done in just a matter of minutes.
Ein Spiegel?
It might do you some good to look in the mirror a bit more often, Miles.
Ich verstehe nicht, warum ein Spiegel so hoch hängt. Guck mal ihn an. Wenn wir da jetzt so rüber gucken, dann sieht er gerade mal noch die Nase, die Augen und seine Augenbrauen. Warum hängt der Spiegel so? Naja, egal. Von mir aus
I
Painting.
always liked that painting. It's impossible to see that kind of scenery here in the city.
Was haben wir hier nochmal? Ferrotype?
Adelaide's father certainly had an amazing life.
Ah.
Imagine being the personal barber to the Prime Minister and his family.
Aha.
The gossip and secrets he must have heard.
Ein Barbier war das, cool. Also, jemand, der Bärte macht und Frisuren für Männer halt. Hängende Pflanze.
That makes me wonder what old Mrs. Handbrook is up to these days.
Ja, gute Frage. Ich weiß nicht, was Miss Handbrook ist. Model Ships. Modellschiffe.
Building those model ships was a good way to pass the time between cases. Hopefully it'll be a while before you get enough time to build another one.
Dann haben wir noch Bücherregal.
Your book collection has always astonished me. Heaven help you if you ever decide to move.
Nummer
Your
1.
book collection has always astonished me. Heaven help you if you ever decide to move.
Okay, dann haben wir das. Ist das?
It's been
Schreibtisch.
so long since you used that desk. Did you even notice when Adelaide got rid of the chair?
Ich weiß nicht, was ich hier habe, wo sie den Stuhl hat. Keine Ahnung. Was haben wir da noch? Newspaper Clipping.
Ah, the Havisham case.
Zeitungsausschnitt.
Our first time out as partners. First in a long line of successful cases.
Ah.
It's nice to have a memory of the good old days.
Dann haben wir das. Da ist die Tür, raus kommen wir eh noch nicht, das weiß ich. Da ist mal die Newspaper, die Zeitung. Ich hoffe auch, das wird auf Deutsch sein, dann kann man das Ganze mal durchlesen. This Tuesday marks the 3-month anniversary of the tragic crash of the HMS Leahy. The Leahy was preparing to make its second transatlantic voyage when disaster struck. The airship burst into flames shortly after departing from England, crashing into Forster Park. All 300 passengers on board, including HRH Bryant's Herald, were killed, as were 15 bystanders in the park. Royal Navy, das kann ich jetzt lesen, oh Gott. Ja, the second, the bizarre murder, Bayfields Police, it's a real... Gascon, Grand Dam Dice und HMS. Hindenburg muss es gewesen sein. Meine ich. Wir reden mal mit ihr noch. Adelaide Fordham.
Addie?
Yes, dear?
Ja, Schatz. Knutschen. Wie sieht's mit der Arbeit aus? Boah, das sieht ja verheizt aus. Aber sie ist voll hübsch, muss man sagen. Aber er sieht verheizt aus. Scheiße. Guck dich mal an, geh mal zum Friseur, Digga.
How's work going? You have any appointments today?
Yes, one this evening. It's been a bit slow lately, but pretty soon it'll be debutante ball season, and all the Gascon grand dames will need their hair done. You sure I can't convince you to let me give you a little trim? You've been looking awfully scruffy lately.
What's the point? I've got no need to go peacocking around town. You're the only girl for me.
I like it when you're clean cut. It brings out your eyes.
The way my eyes have been looking lately, I think it's best to keep them hidden.
Über sie selbst?
How are you? It feels as though we haven't seen much of each other these past few days.
I've been fine.
Addie, you're not a very good liar. What's on your mind?
I'm worried about you, Miles.
I know, but I've told you, there's no need to worry about me. I'm all right.
You're not all right, Miles. I may not be a good liar, but you can't fool me either.
I am all right. What do I have to do to convince you of that?
You could start by throwing out that sleeping medicine. It's turned you into a different person.
I needed to sleep, Addie. I'll become an even worse person without it, believe me.
I know Bill's death was hard for you. It was hard for all of us. But whatever it is that's bothering you, you know you can talk to me about it. That's what I'm here for.
I know, my love. Your support means the world to me. I need some time to deal with things. That's all. It won't always be like this, I promise.
Making promises you can't keep, eh, Miles? That'll end well.
Ja, ein Kompliment machen. Wir könnten auch hier die Konversation beenden. Ich weiß echt nicht, was ich aussuchen später. Deswegen, I don't know, homies. Das müssen wir erstmal gucken. Sehen wir dann.
I've still got that song you sang last week at the Rutherford stuck in my head. You were amazing.
Thank you, Miles. That was a lovely evening. I always enjoy it when Joseph brings out his violin and we can relive the old days.
Certainly nicer than when he spends hours telling the exact same story whenever you visit.
They were very glad to see you, you know.
It's probably the most fun I've had in months, to be honest.
They've invited us for dinner again in a couple of weeks, if you're feeling up to it.
I hope I am.
Wenn ich mit dem Vortrag saufen muss wie so ein Loch, dann geht es. Buch?
What's that you're reading?
It's a collection of short stories by James Penstroke. It was just published earlier this month.
Any good?
Oh yes, I love his work. He's been publishing a new serial in Brentwell magazine. I can't wait to read it. Perhaps we both can together? I think you'd enjoy him.
Lately, I haven't been able to concentrate on a page for more than 5 minutes without nodding off.
That is a pity.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Ah, fertig. Sehr schön. Wunderbar, wunderbar, wunderbar. Really, homie? Naja, Frontdoor.
Where are you going? You don't have anywhere to be just yet.
Message. Das ist noch eine Nachricht. Okay. Fordham, a big case has come in the which 7 think will interest you. Meet me at the ruined coffee house for more details. See Upton. Or Upton.
Upton says she's got a big case for me.
Okay.
Does she go into any more detail than that?
No, but then you know Upton. Always on a need-to-know basis. Especially since she's been giving me these cases under the table.
To be fair, they haven't exactly been anything of note.
True, but she's still sticking her neck out for me. I can understand why she's so secretive about it.
I think she just misses having you around the station.
Poor Connie. With you quitting and me dying, she must be bored stiff at work.
Anyway, I'm supposed to meet her at the ruined coffee house. That can't be right.
It's not like Constance to make mistakes. She must have gotten in somehow.
Guess I'll head over there and see what she's got then.
Gut, dann gehen wir mal. Tschüss. Vorbeikommen mit
Have a
Schnucki.
lovely day, Addie.
Ups.
Don't work yourself too hard, dear.
Ja, wir passen auf natürlich, dass wir uns nicht übertreiben mit der Arbeit. Versprochen, Schnucki. Gut, hier ist immer nicht die ganze Karte. Jetzt kann man schon uns vorstellen, was hier alles irgendwann noch abgeht. Total creepy. Map. Map. Wir speichern vorsichtshalber mal. Okay, kannst du ausschließen. Beta. Branch. Aufnahme. Speichern, so falls irgendwas passiert, deswegen. Gut, da gehen wir ins Ruined Coffee House.
Ah, the Ruined Coffee House. Worst Java in Lamplight City, but there's no better place to overhear all the rumors and gossip in town. Just make sure you don't get too close to the other patrons. Discretion was never your forte.
Okay, was haben wir denn? A painting.
Self-Portrait as a Desperate Man by B. Calvert. A bit like looking in the mirror, isn't it, Miles?
Ja, noch ein
A young
Painting.
woman holding a guitar. Completely the wrong way, I might add.
Okay, was haben wir hier? Ein Patron.
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Mhm. Das ist die, mit der kann man reden. Auch ein
He and his
Patron.
friend are having quite the conversation. I bet it's really boring.
Was haben wir hier? Noch ein
He's
Patron.
missing his left arm below the elbow. How do you suppose that happened?
Ich bin aber böse, Alter. Noch ein Patron. Was ist ein
Best
Patron?
avoid that one. He looks like he might tip over at any moment. Reminds me of when I was alive. Ah, good times.
Ein Schirmherr, ein Gönner, Mäzen, Förderer, Gast, Kunde. Stammgast, Stammkunde. Ah ja. Was ist da? Dirty Plates.
Not in much of a hurry to clean up in here, are they?
Ja, scheint keine großartige Sauber zu machen. Noch ein Bild.
Nice seaside landscape. Definitely a stark contrast to the ambience in here.
Yep. Sieht stark anders aus. Immer eine Coffee Machine.
All that metal and tubing just to serve a hot cup of coffee?
Und für das ein Boiler.
Give me an old-fashioned tea kettle any day.
Was mit der Ma'am? Serving
She's running
Girl.
back and forth at lightning speed. Clearly, she dips into the coffee supply.
Aha. Gut, dann rennen wir mit Constant Upturn. Dann haben wir doch, Advertisement.
E.D. Preston's patented papier-mâché perambulat. Handsomely upholstered in silk, satin, or velvet, and hand-painted in the most artistic manner, as shown in engraving. I suppose if you and Adelaide ever finally decide to have children, something like this will come in handy.
Aha. Und hier?
Simon Banks, professional chimney sweep. Services start at 2 coppers per hour. Inquire at 305 Merrick Lane. I'm sure he's a lovable urchin, but thankfully, your chimney is clean.
Okay, und das?
Professor Xander Colt Tit III's emulsified soporific, available at all discerning pharmacies. I really don't know why you think taking that rat piss every night is a good idea for him.
Aha. Hier noch?
Dr. W.S. Sales Wonder
Wonder
Tonic.
Tonic.
The best and safest medicine for both gentlemen and ladies.
Ah ja.
Prevents consumption, general weakness, feverishness, indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, loss of appetite, flatulence, and head pain. They should also mention that it prevents breathing, heartbeats, and being alive.
Aha, der Allzweckmedizin. Naja, ich glaube, das war damals normal.
Dr. Tennyson's Vigor Pills. Absolutely guaranteed to restore vitality, youth, and vigor, or your money back. For use by men only. These things seem to have had a spike in popularity recently.
Voll geil, da haben es auch noch Unterschiede gemacht zwischen Mann und Frau. Fuck nochmal, das ist eine Sense. Das ist geil, gucken wir uns gleich an. Unterschied gemacht zwischen Mann und Frau, was Medizin betrifft. Ne? Es gab Medizin, die ausschließlich für Männer waren, beziehungsweise oder auch ausschließlich für Frauen. Total unlogisch, aber hey, why?
Green's Sulfur Soap. Beautifies the complexion and leaves you smelling fresh as a daisy. Talk about false advertising. I couldn't get a date for a week after using that stuff.
Mhm, dann haben wir eine Sense.
What a cheery reminder of everyone's impending death. That whole thing about the man in the black robe, complete lie, by the way.
Schön, dass du uns sagst, dass die komplette Lüge ist. Dann wissen wir das auch schon mal. Barrels haben wir da
The
sogar noch.
specialty house brews. These are definitely not coffee.
Ja, ist aber auch nicht das Kaffee, ist was mit den Flaschen.
Seems like they have a little something for everyone in here.
Gut, da oben haben wir noch Pflanzen, kann man nichts machen. Oh, da hinten haben wir noch Sacks of
If this
Beans.
is how they store their coffee beans, it's probably a better idea to ask for tea.
Ja, gut, wenn ihr meint. Was haben wir da noch? Dann war es eigentlich. Das Fenster, das Schrott. Gut, dann reden wir mit der Ma'am mal. Ma'am, you have a package for me?
If it isn't my old friend, up to no good.
Hello, Florida. It's good to see you.
How did you get them to let you in here?
It's rather simple, really. The owner and I have an understanding.
Das
He
wäre...
pretends women are allowed in coffee houses, and I don't report his unsavory business practices to Chief Snelling.
Sounds like a good deal. What sort of unsavory business practices are we talking about?
Oh, we haven't got time to get into that now. But take some advice. Don't order anything that isn't water.
Ja, kann ich ja nichts bestellen, was kein Wasser ist. Ja, mega.